Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the news. I am Saja Brito. Coming up this afternoon, street beggars plead for privacy as they ask people giving to leave the cameras at home. Chicken vendors react on price of chicken in the market, and UDP leader clears the air amidst a seized vehicle. These and more coming up, but first we'll take a look at the newspapers. The Standard newspaper is reporting that government to build a first medical waste treatment plant. Man arrested with suspected cannabis on UDP vehicle, according to the Gambia police. Gambia for all, a party concerned about blank voters card discovery, and National Assembly member says removal of sales tax on rice ineffective. And of course, the lead story on the Standard newspaper, elect $200,000 honorarium to Attorney General and others explained. Let's take a look at some of these stories in detail. Investigations conducted by the Standard newspaper in the fast trending $200,000 million payment to former and present senior officials of the Ministry of Justice have concluded that the said money, which has not even reached the Gambia yet, was requested as an honorarium for the members of the Gambia local legal team working on the Rohingya case at the International Court of Justice. In the last few days, and confirmed reports on social media alleged that the former Attorney General Batambedu, his successor Dauda Jallo, former Solicitor General Chorno Marina, and of course his successor Hussein Tomasi, and two others have shared the $200,000 donated by Bangladesh. The Standard newspaper has reached out to almost all the officials who reportedly received this money on the phone and through text messages for comment without success. However, an impeccable independent source familiar with the matter granted an interview to the Standard newspaper and then explained how it went. How it went actually. According to the source, contrary to what is being suggested, there is no illegality in the process. Sorry, I guess the fasting is on me today. And of course, Gambia government to build a first medical waste treatment plant in the country. Minister of Health on Saturday laid the foundation stone for the first ever medical waste treatment plant at former President Yahya Jammeh's Farato farm. The plant is meant to address the poor state of the country's healthcare waste management system. Dr. Amadou Lamin Samate disclosed that the land formerly owned by former President Yahya Jammeh in Farato has been allocated to the Ministry of Health. He revealed that an emergency treatment center of 100 beds, national reference laboratory for the Gambia, national blood bank, and the new teaching hospital will be constructed on the land. He said China has already offered to support the construction of the teaching hospital. And of course, a man arrested with suspected cannabis on UDP vehicle, according to the police spokesperson. The Gambia police announced on Saturday that its patrol team in Bundung apprehended one Yusufa Jambang who was driving a yellow pickup truck belonging to the United Democratic Party. According to police, the driver failed to stop for checking, resulting in a pursuit, and while evading security check, he caused considerable damages to the patrol vehicle. Evidence of suspected cannabis were found in the vehicle, leading to the arrest of the driver. Since it's a drug-related matter, the case has been handed over to the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, otherwise D-League. Gambia for all party concerned about blank voters cards discovery. The discovery of multiple apparently genuine blank voters cards in trash cans around the Kanifing municipality is of serious concern to the Gambia for all party. While giving them the benefit of the doubt, the explanation being offered by high-ranking IEC officials is neither convincing nor reassuring. The matter cannot be trivialized as just a case of the organization getting rid of the obsolete material. Whether they know it or not, these are confidential and sensitive national documents that do not belong to trash cans in people's backyards, according to the Gambia for all party. National Assembly member says removal of sales tax on rice is ineffective as people continue to face price hikes of basic commodities in the market. The chairman of the National Assembly Select Committee on Trade, Mohamed Maharena, has called on government to scrap the decision to remove sales tax on rice importations. The Sandu Nam argued the decision is ineffective and has created unbearable consequences in the lives and livelihoods of the Gambian people. The government cut taxes on the importation of rice in 2018 following a parliamentary approval in a move meant to provide relief for Gambian households. But according to Maharena, the decision has failed to make any drastic impacts on the cost of living and instead provided lucrative opportunities for rice importers at the expense of average Gambians as the cost of food commodities continue to surge. That's it for the Standard newspaper. Let's take a look at The Point. The Point newspaper is reporting that NAWEC financial scandal, 14 people have been arrested and 1 million Gambian dollars is recovered. Let's take a look at that story. At least 14 people have been arrested with 1.7 million Gambian dollars being money recovered as investigation into the Ajib NAWEC 15 million scandal intensifies. The Point has been reliably informed. An anonymous source familiar with the matter has confirmed the development to The Point, saying all the arrested individuals are currently helping police fraud squad in their marathon investigation. Superintendent Lamin Jai, the spokesperson of the Gambia Police Force, who was contacted for comments, confirmed the development to reporters. He said the police investigation into the Ajib NAWEC case is currently ongoing. So far, 14 people have been arrested and helping with investigations. Among them are Gambians and non-Gambians. That's it for the newspapers. Let's go for a break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Charity is one of the pillars of Islam. While some people love to share what they have, they also love to put it on camera. Some beggars share how they feel about people sharing their images on social media. More in this report by Fatou Kamara.
Zakah, charity, is one of the fundamental pillars of Islam. It comes third on the core beliefs and practices of Islam. It is said when a person dies, all their deeds end except 3, and part of them is a continuing charity. During Ramadan, most Muslims take advantage of the holy month to give charity to the less privileged. A lot of less privileged people can be on Kairaba Avenue and they are reacting to the issue of their pictures being taken when giving them alms.
Comme ni nga ko waxee noonu lay amee waaye ñun daal li ñu gënal mooy li ñu bëgg li ñu jàpp bay tax ñuy ñaan sarax loolu mun na dal ku ne dëgg la nekkuñ mag noonu mais yàlla moo ñu teg natt dañoo nekk ndaw mais wéruñu te suñ loxo jotu suñu gënaaw amuñ ko ñu jàppale moo tax ñu ñëw fii di ñaan sarax pour di faraatu luñ jëndee ay garab di faju loolu moo tax mais bu ñu sañoon daal ku ñuy dimbale nga defal ñu ko ci sutura te yàlla tax nga jox ñu bu ñu nataal bu ñu def piccoo di ñu dugal ci internet bi nga jox ñu te yàlla tax ñuy ñaanal la yàlla nangu sarax bi waaw bu ñu sañoon daal loolu mooy am waaye xam nga ne nit yi yemuñu am na ñoo xam ne soo waxee dañ naan la dañ ñëw yónni ku nekk awut moo mooy wax ma génne ko sarax te su ma deful li du gëm ne man joxe naa sarax bi xam nga loolu itam wax bu kii la kenn mënu si dara waaw am na ñoo xam ne ñoom dañ koy def rek pour xam nga rek ngistal wala affaire yooyu parce que nit ñi amuñu.
ki nga xam ne sax nataalu la jox la kooku daf ko def ngir yàlla tax moo gën nga di ko nataal di ko yóbbu si internet bi adduna bi di ko gis loolu dafa mel ni yow defar loo yàlla nit ki booy defal yàlla mun nga koo def si sutura sax booy may sax ndey joor bi buy maye càmmoñ mi waru koo yëg gis nga soo man nag soo gisee tam man ma ñëw fii maanaam dama am feebari xol fii day metti génn ci gannaaw bi moo waral may ñëw fii toog fii ndax lu ma am ma dem faju.
This woman says she doesn't mind accepting a charity even if she is to be filmed.
Dimbayal bambulle kono nya sey ngawol soto sa enke mata da biri wate juma man na dindingol bambulo kon ha sa wotoro ha wala te na fonni man na nyene dirol na dimbayal bu ka soto ba mun damala ni ba mun sambala karambo o manke problem te ha dan ko doron nga soto ba na dimbayal balundi la munna ha. Okay.
Al-Haji, founder of Golden Bee Revolution, has this to say.
Going back to the Quran, to which I'm a Muslim, I think I will just flow right on that. Looking at the Surah Al-Baqarah, that is chapter 2, where you have chapter 2, verse 43, 47, 76, chapter, the same chapter as chapter 2, you go on to book of 110, 115, 173, 150, all is talking about the importance of giving charity. So, and also there is no part in the Quran that restricts you from not showing what the charity you're giving. Looking at Surah Al-Ma'idah, where it says like to give an arm. To give an arm where a positive hand is given, the left one is not saying it, is mentioned, but it says you can give it openly or you cancel it. But canceling it is more preferred. So, but now in the Gambia here, it's just becoming funny that most of us youngsters, we are so excited with our social media or posts. And it's a thing we want to do, we just want to share with the world that we are doing. If you go back to yourself into this, you can even maybe classify it under this side where you have Nawawi number 1, that is Hadith number 1, which talks about every action is judged by intention. If your intention is to give a charity where you're taking a film of it to post it so to inspire other people to be giving charity, that's something commendable. Your action there is, your intention there is to show publication of what you are doing to inspire others. But if your intention is to do it just to show off, because I just want to show that I'm rich, I belong to the rich class, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, just to get name out of it, you will have it like the hadith says. Anything that you do, if you go, I prefer to go for a pregame where you perform the pregame on the name of Allah and the Rasul, you will be rewarded from Allah and Rasul. But if you just do it for worldly gain, just to get married or whatsoever it is, you will get that, but Allah is stayed out of that. Doing this, we will do it. If you're seeing other worlds like the Middle East, the Arab world, they are really enjoying. If sometimes you will even doubt if there are poor people living there because they embark on giving zakat, they give charity and a lot. So who are we not to do that? So I therefore beg on you, especially the rich club people, I call them, before buying a vehicle of like 1.8, 2.8 billion amounts of that, where you can give to your close neighbor who is suffering every day to get access to food, education, and better health. You can do it.
Ustaz Muhammad C. of Sarakunda explains how a Muslim is expected to give charity.
Hatta la ta'lama shimaluhu ma tunfiqu yaminu. Mu ne nit ki nga xam ne day saraxe be lef bi du xam lan la raayit bi joxe. Loolu wax la mooy ne mu nëbb ko joxe ko ci sutura. Mais diw maa ko may dépasse, diw maa fay schoolam bi, diw maa nangam sa tiyaaba bi wàññeeku na. Naka noonu tam diw yaa ko jox ndogu wane ko ci caméra yépp xanaa leen na. Fekkee ne am nga compagnie boo xam ne yow yaay liggéey ak ñoom dañ la sponsor léegi bu nga leen a won ne liñ la sponsor àgg na boo reyee nag yi nga nataal ko boo joxee nag yi nga nataal ko nga post leen ko wala nga yónnee leen ko internet wala loolu moom dëgg la waaye yow yaay joxe ci sa alal bopp yaay joxe ci sa mën-mënu bopp wala yéen waa koñ bi yéen a ngi koy joxe jarut caméra surtout boo xamee tam du bis bu nekk. waaw kon yonente bi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ñu ne moo gënoon a tabe ku tabe la woon waaye nag ci weeru koor la daan gën a tabe ñu ne weeru koor moom dafa mel ne ngelaw dafa joxe loolu nag la nit ñi bëgg a roy ci weeru koor te yonente bi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mu ne boo joxee aji woor bi mu dog mu ne am nga yool bu tol ne bu mu am moom suñ ko fayee 5 yow tam dana la fay 5 te loolu du wàññi dara ci 5 am bi moom.
People give charity for the sake of Allah only. They feel good about it. It strengthens personal values. It introduces one's children to the importance of generosity. It encourages friends and families to do the same, even though we have some that do it for worldly gains. Fatou Kamara reporting for the Fatou Network News Review.
For the first time in the Gambia, your favorite GSM operator, Africell, is the first and only GSM operator to launch a brand new technology called the eSIM. The eSIM simply means you can use your phone without a SIM card. Do you have an iPhone 11, any of the iPhone X series, a Google Pixel 3, or any new phone that supports the e-technology? Then walk into any Africell customer care center and activate your eSIM today. With your virtual Africell SIM, you can use more than one number without having a physical SIM card in your phone. Enjoy this brand new technology for the first time in the Gambia, brought to you by Africell. eSIM, your phone without a SIM card. For more information, please call 111. Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow.
Welcome back. The leader of the United Democratic Party, Honorable Usainu Dabo, today held a press conference over seized a party vehicle. During the live coverage, Dabo also shared some details on how he had intelligence report on plan to plant incriminating materials on UDP officials. More in this extensive report.
On on their official Facebook page that a yellow pickup truck belonging to the United Democratic Party and driven by one Yusufa Jabang of Sukuta was apprehended on 7th April 2021, and evidence of suspected cannabis was found in the vehicle, leading to the arrest of the driver. The Office of the Secretary General and Presidential Candidate for the UDP called a press conference to address the issue. During the press conference, party leader and Secretary General of the United Democratic Party, Dabo, pointed fingers at the police for not conducting an instant search on the vehicle. He therefore called on the security to conduct an unbiased and professional investigation, see themselves as servants serving the people and not any other political party.
Several weeks ago, we took 2 of our vehicles to a mechanic by name Mr. Dabo, so that they could be well serviced. Those that need repairs could be repaired, to put them in a state that is very roadworthy, so that the strains, the stresses, and the rigors of traveling around the country can be withstood by these vehicles. And he, of course, I know personally, and since 1996, I know that he has been also a member of our party, and that is why I thought that he should be one that should be entrusted with the responsibility of taking care of our vehicles and looking after our vehicles. I last communicated with him, I believe, on Tuesday, because I thought the vehicles were out for some time, for quite a long time, and whatever work need to be done should have been completed. And his promise to me was that within the next 2 to 3 days, the vehicles will be delivered to us, overhauled, well maintained, and repaired. We understand that in the early hours of Saturday, someone who apparently works, I don't know whether it's an apprentice or whatever, in Mr. Dabo's garage, took one of the vehicles. For what purpose, I think he would have to explain. But we understand that he came across a checkpoint and he did not have driving license. And because of that, he got panic and decided to reverse and run away. He did, but his attempts were frustrated. His attempts to escape was aborted, and he was apprehended.
During the press conference, party leader and Secretary General of the United Democratic Party, Dabo, pointed fingers at the police for not conducting an instant search on the vehicle. He therefore called on the security to conduct an unbiased and professional investigation, see themselves as servants serving the people and not any other political party.
At the point of apprehension, there was no search of the vehicle. In fact, he was made to disembark from that vehicle and put in a police vehicle. The vehicle that he was driving, the UDP vehicle, was taken charge of by the police, by the security officers, and they drove it to Bundung police station. My understanding is that at Bundung police station, the gentleman's reaction was that, "You never searched me. I did not have any drugs in that vehicle." And the SO, or the CMOS officer then present, said, "Well, I think this is one Mr. Banja said, you have heard him. Why should you get him disembarked from his vehicle? Why did you not drive with him in his vehicle to the station?" The following day, in fact, one day break, because it was Saturday, a search was conducted on the vehicle. A dog officer in the name of Korta was among people searching, and this officer Banja, Lamin Banja, was also present with the person who was driving the vehicle, who had taken away the vehicle, and when they searched, no drugs were found. In fact, I read in the papers today that they said 3 wraps, but our information was that not a single wrap was found on the vehicle. And when conducted further search, and at the back seat, they found 7 seeds of what is suspected to be the cannabis sativa seeds. And the gentleman insisted to say that he did not put it there, and he was innocent. And I contacted Mr. Dabo. I said, look, what has happened to our vehicle? And he was in shock because he did not expect anyone to take the vehicle. In fact, it was the key that was used was not the vehicle's own key. It was not the vehicle's own key. We are not claiming innocence on the part of the gentleman, but he has made his position quite clear that no drug was with him, and there was allegation that there was a third person or another person with him in the vehicle, and that person ran away. Yeah. Now, if that person ran away, I don't know how that could be drug. Could it not be some other thing other than drug? But pointing out this to say, how could he be driving and someone, jumping out of the vehicle when they were pursuing him in a vehicle, virtually bumper to tail? If someone jumped out of the vehicle, one would have expected, with their training, 1 or 2 other officers would also have alighted from their own vehicle and pursue that individual. But none of that has happened. Yeah?
Meanwhile, Dabo said he was told to warn Mamadou Sabally, Yakumba Jaite, Ibrahima Diba, including himself. He was told there is a plot to silence them and have him disqualified as flag bearer of the UDP by planting incriminating.
That about 3 months ago, I had intelligence report or intelligence information that I should advise Mamadou Sabally, Ibrahima Diba, Karafa Sonko, Honorable Saho, Yakumba Jaite, and myself, we should be very careful where we park our vehicles. Even if we take our vehicles to car wash, we must make sure that somebody stays in the vehicle. Because the scheme now is, particularly me, the scheme now is to plant incriminating materials on us. And for Sabally, Diba, Saho, Yakumba to silence them, and me to disqualify me. So I'm not saying, not accuse anyone, but I'm saying that, and I did caution them, I did advise them. In fact, Karafa, they had gone to the extent of identifying where he parks his vehicles, what time he does it, and what Atayavu he goes to. And when he's at Atayavu, where he puts his vehicle. They had gone all that. I got that intelligence report. You know? And say anything, but there are very decent people in this country who do not want innocent people to be tainted with criminality for the sake of pleasing some other interest.
According to him, this is an act done to divert people's attention on the rising state of the living conditions in the country, corruption, lack of security, and the cocaine drug issue.
All these things that is done either on the social media or other medium is just to try to deflate or divert Gambians' attentions from the state of insecurity, how insecure we are in this country. We see what is happening in other places. They want to divert our attention from the rising cost of living and put focus people's mind on this, but they will not succeed. We will continue to talk about the state of security in this country, the rising cost of living, the ineptitude, the incompetence, and the corruption of this government. We will continue to say it.
As it stands, UDP did not take any responsibility of the said issue. Fatou Kamara reporting for the Fatou Network News Review.
Welcome back. In the past 3 months, most markets in the country were experiencing scarcity of leg chickens, which came as a result of a bird flu influenza outbreak, which was reported in neighboring Senegal. Well, this has led to the surge of chicken prices across the country, and to find out more about how this trend has gone, coupled with the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, the Fatou Network's Usman Jata made a follow-up on the story by engaging the sellers at the Albert market, and he now reports.
3 months back, a bird flu outbreak was reported in neighboring Senegal, and this has led to the scarcity of chickens in the country. Not only that, it has also prompted chicken sellers in the country to push up their prices. And now that we are in the Ramadan, today we are at the Banjul Albert Market to survey the situation to see if this trend has impacted the price of chicken during the month of Ramadan.
At the Job, a chicken retailer describes the chicken business as very challenging. Chicken wholesale businessmen, he says, continue to increase the price of their chickens.
Biri chicken time bi nak ay price mo fi am because da nga gis carton bu jar 1075 am lu jar 850 am lu jar 750 ay different la bu saw bi mu ngay jar 750 bu dijji bi benen bu xala dijji bi mu ngay jar 1075 waaye nag dëgg mbir bi moom seer na trop si ganaar balaa moom time yi xam nga time bi léegi ak time bu njëkk du benn jamono bu nga ne bi suñ président bu béykoon bu njëkk moom bu gaay bëgg a égal price dafa bañ because price bi na wàcc bàyyi poos waaye nag léegi xam nga businessman si ñoo amee business bi yëpp boo ko seetloo ci réew mi foreign ñoo gën a bëri because te xam nga man lu ma doon xalaat man ko ne doomi réew mi la ne léegi dañ war a mbiri lekk yi ñu jox ko doomi réew mi ñu occupé ko su ko defee dina tax liggéey bi dina mën a yomb parce que bu doomi réew soo defee noonu war la koo def mu ne laaj caw yar waaye xam nga léegi gan gi boo ko laalee mu ne woon loolu nangam waaye loolu daal moo mën a tax business bi am jàmm waaye léegi business bi daal dëgg yàlla métti na trop.
While the likes of Abdou Job are complaining, you have some who believe it's not that bad.
In this Ramadan, we give God the glory. The price is a little bit down. It's not like the one we are selling in the last 2-3 months. Last 2-3 months, we find it difficult because the price is just going down. We sell 1 kilo of chicken, $110, $100, but now we are selling it $90.
For the local live chicken sellers, the narrative is different for them, as they claim that business is not running as expected, coupled with few birds.
Business ganar bi daana gëna dox de waaw jamono ci gannaaw daal la gënoon a dox mi ganar yi dafa seer ba pare bariwut lool pare liñ koy jënd dafa seer gerte li taxul mu demee noonu daal suñ sañoon mu gën a dox ak it place bi fi nekk place bi nekkit baaxut.
The average Gambian mostly depends on fish for his meals, but with fish becoming more and more expensive, most Gambians are now turning to chicken legs. The demand for chicken during Ramadan is only set to rise, and some chicken retailers are asking the government to put up price control. Reporting for the Fatou Network News Review, Usman Jata.
TAF Africa Global is proud to launch the Moria Gardens, conveniently located in Bruford, 5 minutes off the Bruford Highway. Moria Gardens is set to comprise of 20 fenced and gated service plots with sizes ranging from 264 to 420 meters square. Unique features include water and electricity infrastructure, solar street lights, all-weather roads and scenic gardens. We offer a 10-year mortgage plan with a 25% equity down payment in partnership with GT Bank, Trust Bank and EcoBank. For more information, please contact 376-2333 or 776-2333 or visit our offices at Madiba Mall at Taft Bruford Gardens, opposite 5-Star Hotel.
And now, Hilt Foundation earlier this month donated food items, clothes, and other items to the Sisters of Charity Orphanage in Barkote. More in this report, which will take us right through the end of today's program.
The foundation visited the Sisters Charity Orphanage in Barkote and donated food items, clothes, and toys to the orphanage. Founder and president of the foundation said this is the first time the foundation donates to an orphanage. He emphasized a lot is coming from them.
As our elderly woman of God have just said, we are so happy. And we know this will go a very long way. This is just an ice cube. We're just starting. And we thank the those in charge of this orphanage. We really appreciate their wonderful works. And we have seen a lot which they have been doing. So, as I've said, this is just the beginning. And I'm Healed Charity is here to do the greater things, at least that will touch the hearts of those in need, most especially the elderly people, which is one of our major targets, because it's as if some of them are just, it's as if they are just left over. They have left apart from the other world.
Sister Esther Clifton, founder of the Berean Community Church and coordinator of the Hilt Foundation, was present.
This is a new charity that has been set up to help those in need. So we've come today with them, alongside them, from the Berean Community Church to offer gifts and to offer charity, to offer help for those in need. We've come this afternoon to the Sisters of Charity. Sisters of Charity, which is a respite centre. I know that they have many different arms to this work here. But we've come on behalf of the church, we've come on behalf of Healed Charity, and we're hoping and praying that the gifts that we've brought, there are food gifts here, there are clothing, blankets.
Chairman of the foundation talks about the foundation's targeted groups.
The mission of this foundation is to reach out to the needy ones, the widow, the elderly, the children. And was told wisely that when we are blessed by God, we should be a blessing to many, especially the needy ones. So this foundation, especially for the needy ones, is something non-denominational. No matter who you are, He cares for you, because we believe in one thing, what the faith tell you. If you believe, then you receive. If you believe in anything, God still blesses you when you receive. So we are very happy to be here at Sisters of Charity today, donating to them clothes, towel, rice, oil, onions, as a blessing to these kids that are here.
The donation was appreciated by both the children and elderly there in the orphanage. Fatou Kamara reporting for the Fat Network News Review.